Meditation on Hindrances.
You can begin sitting now. Once again, sit comfortably, close your eyes, be at ease. Listen to sounds as they appear naturally. Feel the natural state of mindfulness. You don't have to struggle to create the sound or make it go away. Simply be present, listen. Feel the breath in that same way, the normal, natural breath, without trying to control it or make it better, make it deeper. Feel it in whatever area of the body you feel it most distinctly. The nostrils, the movement of the air at the nostrils, or the rising and falling movement of the chest or the abdomen. And let your mind rest there. There's nothing you need to do. Simply be aware. You can make a quiet mental note of in and out, or rising, falling, to support, to go along with the experience of the breath. If sensations arise in the body that are strong enough to take your attention away from the breath, focus fully on that sensation. It becomes the object of meditation. You can name it, you can note it, be with it without fear, without resistance, without adding anything to it. And at times as we sit, one or a combination of the 5 hindrances will arise and be the most predominant experience. The 5 hindrances are desire or attachment, aversion with its manifestations of anger and fear and impatience, sleepiness or sloth and torpor, restlessness and doubt. Be aware of how the body feels when any of these are present. Be aware of how the mind feels. We find that we have the capacity to touch and be open to the most difficult places within ourselves. Note the grasping or the desire as grasping or desire. Be with it, observe it. What is it? What do you feel? Do you feel that leaning forward nature, the vulnerability, the unease, the insecurity that is part of grasping, trying to hold on? Can you experience it without judging it? Maybe it's anger or dislike. Again, can you name it? Can you be with it without judging it, without condemning it, without wanting to prolong it? Simply be with it. What does it feel like? How does it color your mind? What mood does it create? How long does it last? Does it change into something else? What happens in your body? Does it get tense? Does it get rigid? Does it affect your temperature? Does it affect your breath? How painful is it? Again, it's a quiet investigation. Be with the feeling of anger without preconceptions, without judgments, without interpretations, and it will reveal all these things to you because you're interested, you're exploring. Perhaps the hindrance is sleepiness or dullness or sloth and torpor. Is it like tendrils of fog? Is your mind scattered? Do you feel depleted? Can you name what you're feeling? The heaviness in the body, the heaviness in the eyes. Can you sense the conditions that helped create the sleepiness? Is it tiredness? Is it resistance? Try to note very carefully. To sharpen the sense of what is called right aim, being with just this one breath, just this one moment, will empower your practice and help clear away the clouds of sleepiness. If your attention gets too diffuse, you try to take in too much at once, sleepiness will deepen. What happens when you say just this one breath and then feel it? Perhaps the hindrance that you're feeling is restlessness. Like everything, restlessness is a series of thoughts and feelings and sensations. It's not something solid. It's not something substantial and permanent. It's a composite. With mindful attention, see if you can let go of that sense of solidity, that false sense of solidity that overwhelms us. Experience the different strands that are woven together of thoughts and feelings and sensations that, when together, create what we call restlessness. See how changeable it actually is, how insubstantial it actually is. And if you find you need to try to bring your energy into balance, you can use the various tools to make that effort, just as with sleepiness. Perhaps the hindrance that's arising most strongly is that of doubt. Once again, we try to name it. We look at it carefully. Look at the various strands that make it up. It might be a feeling of fear. It might be a feeling of conceit. It might be a feeling of resistance. The most important thing with doubt is to recognize it as doubt because it's so seductive. When we don't become involved in the story, a wonderful transformation can happen. Doubt itself becomes the object of our awareness. When we're not identified with and caught up in the moods of our mind, we can see with clarity, with acceptance. This is doubt. This is its nature. This is how it affects our bodies. This is how it affects our energy. We don't need to get uncentered, unsettled, tossed about as doubt comes and goes. See if you can make a mental note of the hindrance or the combination of hindrances that's arising, perhaps. Feel it, observe it with compassion, with awareness. And periodically come back to the breath. Bring your attention back to the breath. As we come back to the breath, we return to a basically neutral object, something that isn't strikingly pleasant or unpleasant, something we're not trying to improve upon or make go away. And it reminds us, it helps us to touch that quality of mindfulness in which we're not reacting to what our experience is. We're with it, we're closely connected to it, we're fully aware of it, and we're not trying to control it. Be particularly aware as the hindrances arise. You can open your eyes, feel your sitting posture, notice the world around you, and see if you can bring an awareness of these hindrances of desire and aversion, sleepiness, restlessness, and doubt into your day. The arising of the hindrances is outside of our control, but the way in which we relate to them can determine our degree of being trapped or of being free.